Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Pavan, an Olympian and beach volleyball world champion and a longtime professional indoor player.
And I'm Adam, former indoor coach and player, current beach volleyball coach, and most importantly, Sarah's husband.
We saw the garage dump.
I'm not gonna live that down, am I?
No, never. Everybody wants to talk about the Oikawa fight that we had. Everybody wants to talk about how you were right in saying that I was Kageyama, so I'm going to live up the garage dump for the entire series. Okay, I need this.
I can't help that I'm probably dyslexic.
Probably means absolutely. Okay, as I was saying, for real though, last episode we had the scrimmage between Nakoma and Karasuno. We had
our lackadaisical setter, who was just a genius, mentally.
The mental genius. Kenma, obviously. We got to see his game planning in action. I think the game was a little closer than you expected.
Yes.
Adam predicted a real beatdown, but it was a little closer than that. Nakoma did win. Yeah. So we're getting ready for the inter-high preliminaries. That was like the little warm-up. So what were your thoughts on Nakoma?
I thought they were good. I think the description of being like technically sound, kind of all the way around with no aces, was very true. And you didn't see any kind of star moves or star players, but they didn't make any bad errors. Like, to me, they're one of those teams that if you don't show up and play really well, they'll beat you. But they're very beatable if you're playing well and you have a couple of those aces or an ace or somebody that they can't stop. But they're a team that doesn't make any mistakes and they make you beat them. So I think that's a good test for them, given that they're kind of like this, right?
And their motto, as they alluded to many times, is connect.
Which?
Nakoma.
Okay, yeah.
Which just proves that they work as a unit.
Yeah.
Today, we're watching season 1, episode 13 of Haikyu, called Rival.
Okay.
We love a prediction here, so just throw one out there.
Oh, I don't even know where to go. I don't know the structure of what the league looks like. I don't know if we're getting into league play.
No leagues. What we're doing here, there's the inter-high preliminaries, which is basically trying to get them qualified. It's like everything is building towards the spring national tournament.
So but would their inter-high be like a league, or is it
no,
single
it's like
knockout?
Single elim.
So they just go you go from preseason to single. So you could have a season of one match.
Well, I mean, they have a lot of training camps. They have a lot of stuff like that.
But from a competition standpoint,
that's what this is focusing on. That is like the Haikyu thing.
That is ruthless.
Yeah.
Can you imagine you come at a training camp and you've got one shot to keep your season going? Like, that training camp
better be one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted.
All right,
I'm aging myself again, but who cares?
How can I make a prediction when I don't even know what the format of the season is?
Adam's short-circuiting here. He cannot even begin to put together a prediction, so we won't keep him on the hook any longer.
I am literally sweating as a coach, thinking about making sure your team is ready to go, like match 1 of a season, or your season's over.
The number of comments we're gonna get right now is Sarah has no idea what she's talking about. She just completely made that up. Maybe I did.
All right, we'll find out.
Surprise.
I've been thrown for a loop here in the first 2 minutes.
All right, we're off to a great start here today. You should have seen the takes that we had to take before this intro. Real wild. All right, without any further ado, season 1, episode 13 of Haikyu, Rival, we don't know. It's coming right now.
Rival knockout.
日向がてっぺんでとどまる一瞬に最高打点をボールを置くようにそして狙いを定めスイング
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yes.
He saw Kageyama go up and see the court and hit it, and then he wanted to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember now, which was a huge progression.
We were talking about that.
I mean, it didn't go well, which I honestly I'm glad to see.
You were very excited about that.
I was, and now we get to see like possibly some frustration, the progression through. Now it's not just going to be his athleticism and his reliance on Kageyama to set him the ball. Now he's going to have some control of like, here's the block, I want to go here. Here's the block, I want to go here. To be like a next level player, this is going to be a key progression for him.
Let's see how long it takes him to master. Oh. Yes, Daichi.
That's why he's in the house. Bomb set.
Yeah, he didn't want to run there. Oh.
Well, I thought they went back on their side.
どっちのチームも地味組がいい仕事すんね目立たなくてもああいう奴らがつなぐおかげで試合が成り立ってんだよなケンマもう一本だこらたとえ攻撃力が平凡だと言われようと俺がネコマのエースだよっしゃーそう竹虎さんいつにも増して気合入ってますね話すのに似たようなやついるみたいだからそのせいかなそれとも犬岡とあの10番の攻防に感化されたかな日向君と影山君の速攻はなかなか合いませんね今までの影山が完璧に日向に合わせる変人速攻と違って今やろうとしてるのは普通の速攻だからな日向にも技術的な成長が必要なんだ何度も合わせて体に覚え込ませるしかないでもそうやって鍛えていって使い分けができるようになったらその時は鬼と金棒じゃなく鬼と鬼だなはいさあ
First of all, great pause. We even get a little shade, a little bit on some of the pauses. We get a little feedback on the stopping too early on Kageyama's talking to him about the not saying anything and then talking to him about the what the intention was pre and post and how it changed during the scene, which I kind of like discussing, but I'm just gonna say. But that was.
Let's keep in mind. Keep in mind. I am the absolute worst when it comes to pauses.
That was also said.
So, yeah. So, I'm a write-off, okay? You know you can't expect that from me. And he's brand new. So how is he supposed to know? So you've got somebody who just can't control themselves and somebody who doesn't know any better. Like, it's not going to get any better.
So one thing real quick, I loved the...
Covering.
No, it's true. No, I loved the discussion that was on the YouTube board about the use of the language. And they just talked about having two Oni, right? Somebody explain that to me.
Oh, look at Adam requesting some feedback. You are becoming a YouTube sensation.
No, it was just the dialogue was so interesting. There were 4 or 5 different takes on
how cruel.
And it was just really interesting to read. So
okay,
I want to know what this means.
What is an Oni? Is that like a mythical? Is that like a Japanese myth? Is it a creature? Let us know.
I'm sure you know, but I appreciate that.
Adam is learning a lot from the YouTube comments, you guys, so keep them coming, really. Every time I see him just like by himself.
Should we tell him about the airport story?
I flew back from China the other day, and I come out.
I'm at LAX waiting at the like international arrivals, like leaning against the railing.
And I walk out, and this guy is on his phone smiling. And I'm walking, I'm like, well, I'm not texting him. So who the heck is he smiling at on his phone? Okay, because I'm about to have to beat somebody down. I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that. I would do that, but I didn't jump to conclusions. I walk up and he's like, oh, there you are. I was like, what were you just smiling at? He's like, just reading some YouTube comments. You guys are more important to Adam than me after a long trip back from China. Okay, that is the place that you now have in Adam's life. So, yeah.
That's a true story.
I'm jealous.
Standing float.
Oh, face. Oh. They got a set.
I love that. Don't get blocked. I love everything about that.
Hinata, 影山にも力みすぎんなって言われたろ。視野を広くな。おい。福永。濃い坊主の人飛び出してきた。速攻。視野を広くな。2番の影から7番。
Good touch.
Good touch.
おすぎさい。
ギリギリの戦いの中で互いに影響し、時に実力以上の力を引き出す。まさに好敵手か。
Oh, can't read that. Oh.
先に20点台には乗られたくないな。井上か、サーブ。はいっす。あのデカツンツンが公園に下がると。
I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
デカツンとの勝負は楽しいけど、こっちは怖い。20センチ以上の身長差で伊能家と互角以上に戦うなんてすげえなチビちゃん。チビっていう方がチビなんだぞこら。おい。何す。次はいつもの速攻やるぞ。あ、フワじゃなくてギュンの方。そうだ。フワンの方だんだん合わせられるようになってきたもん。ダメだ。あいつが全員にいる間ダメだ。なんで？なんとなくだ。直感だ。
Okay, there's so much to talk about. I feel like every 2 minutes there's...
I know, sorry. Sorry everybody, but that's why you're watching us, right?
I love how... Well, no, I was just collecting my thoughts. I was collecting my thoughts because there was so much. I love how they're starting to develop rivalries already with the players. And I think that is just so indicative of guy sports at this age. Just this guy does it, I want to do it better. You're gonna go fast, I'm gonna go faster. I'm gonna so it's fun to see that dynamic.
But they're pairing it off by players, but also the teams.
But that's what I'm saying. It's you always have a competition within a competition. You want to be better than the guy across from you, and then you want to win, but you kind of want to be better than the guy across from you, which is awesome.
Yes.
And then just the little battles going back and forth in terms of he's running this paintbrush, he scores, he gets a soft touch, he's coming, Tanaka's back and forth with their guy who's got a ton of energy, and it was fun. I like that little sequence.
Yes, and I was actually going to talk about the same thing, so thank you. Thank you for bringing that up.
And then I'm curious to see if Kageyama's instincts are right here. And I also, again, it's interesting to see them try and rattle Hinata. Oh, you kept up and he's 20 centimeters taller, but it's, whatever. And what's the Vanguard? Is that a volleyball term?
I honestly think that it's a translation, they were translating literally, but it's front row.
Got it.
Rear guard is back row, But I honestly, it's just like, I feel like somebody who doesn't really know volleyball translated this.
Got it. Okay. So I'm curious to see what happens here. Money.
いい判断じゃねえかな。今はあの3年のミドルブロッカーには変人速攻の方が有効だと思う。手だれのミドルブロッカーからすれば当然普通の速攻の方が止めやすいだろうからな。
やっぱすげえな。人間離れってああいうやつらのこと言うんだろうな。それじゃあ取り返すか。
平田ナイスだ。ナイスレシーブ。
Ooh, 3 talkers at the same time.
誰が来る？やっぱここは一番攻撃力ありそうな。
Oh, zero man block!
That was well run.
Oh, again. Nice.
You gotta love the middle pass to the free ball, you always set them.
I mean, that does happen a lot.
Oh my goodness, the middle actually gave me a good pass. I'll set him.
Also, Hinata's been hit in the face twice this episode alone.
I mean, when's the last? That was probably the first back row attack he's ever seen, so he probably had no idea what's going on.
I thought you were going to say, when's the last time Hinata received a ball with his arms and not his face, which would be a legitimate question.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think it's 100% face balls.
I don't think he's made a good pass since I've started watching the show. Like a good technical pass.
Oh no, 100% not.
一瞬だな。なんつうか、すげえ安定感のある速攻だな。いつも危なっかしい日向を見てるからかもしんねえけど。
山本、ナイスー。
やべ、スマッカバ、オープン、当たった。
Ooh, nice dig.
次の攻撃、誰来る？またエクイック。
No. Ooh, a delay.
The Polish quick.
今の攻撃は
一人時間差。クイックに飛ぶぞと見せかけてブロックとタイミングをずらして打つ。最近はそんなにポピュラーな攻撃じゃないけどな。さっきの完璧な A クイックの直後にぶっ込んでくるあたり、さすがだな。ナイスキークロさん。猫間20点台に乗った。あと5点取られたら終わり。やべえな。もうタイムアウト2回使っちまったしな。くそ、なんかニヤニヤ見られてる。
I hate that.
なんというか、あの1番君が前衛に上がってからあっちは攻撃に熟練感みたいなものがありますね。
そうだな。1年がスタメンの半数を占めて、しかもこの前メンバーが揃ったばっかのうちのレベルが1だとすると、向こうは10も20も上だ。
向こうは立派な大人猫で、
Oh.
こっちは生まれたてのひなカラス。
That girl's in trouble.
ああ、そんな感じだ。守備力とか攻撃の多彩さじゃどうあがいたって勝ち目はない。今はまだな。だったらがむしゃらに食らいつくのみ。パワーとスピードでガンガン攻めろ。力でねじ伏せるってことだね。
なんかそれ悪役っぽい。
ねいいじゃねえか、悪役。カラスっつうのも悪役っぽいっしよ。
向井君、顔が怖いですよ。
下手くそな速攻もレシーブも力技でなんとかする。荒削りで不格好な今のお前らの武器だ。今持ってるお前らの武器ありったけで攻めて攻めまくれ。
Oh, baby.
おっしゃ、ナイスブロック月島。ズッキーナイス。お前いるか。
They made up 2 points.
カラスのも20点台乗った。流れも完全にカラスのおせおせムードだな。
You guys suck! So keep trying your best. Keep hitting. Harder.
I mean, that's what else can you do? They don't pass as well. They don't sequence their offense as well. I really like. I mean, that set of play calls with the pipe call, and then your in system, and then a fake quick.
Yeah.
Like you're just manipulating the other team. They're reacting to everything you're doing.
I mean, that's good gamesmanship right there. That's definitely controlling the flow and tempo of the game, which, as we learned that last episode, they are very good at that.
Yeah. But then you see, like, so in this sequence of points, they've had the opportunity to attack the ball more often, and they're scoring because they're bigger and more physical. But they just can't do that for 25 points. There's missed serves, there's bad passes, there's errors. So if they can get more consistent and keep those attacks, they'll beat this team no problem.
Well, and when half of your lineup is first years, including the person running your offense, I think that's to be expected right now.
Yeah. It's a tough spot to be if you're about to be eliminated in your next match, but
I'm probably wrong about that.
焦っていねえな。はいならいいしっかりつなぎなさい。はい
おー
よしあと1点で同点。頑張れ落ち着いて1本止めんぞ。
no, you won't. Oh, that's a thing of beauty.
忘れた頃にやってくる。猫間のマッチポイント。
Very well timed.
くそ焦ったりしねえのかよ。さすがは大人猫か。大丈夫です。
And he's a baby crow coach.
みんなまだギラギラしてますから。
They're not gonna win.
Oh.
しゃあ同点もぎ取ってら通さねえぞおら。
Daichi on the left, baby?
That was a nice set.
ここで3番が前衛に上がってきたか。ブロックの要であるミドルブロッカーを 100% 引きつけ、なおかつそれをかわして得点できる可能性のある日向と、現在単体での攻撃力トップが集まれ。
They're gonna be insistent though.
前衛にいる今がカラスノが逆転する最大
Back
のチャ
row?
ンス。
Back row for the match?
デュースですね。
ユースに持ち込めば
I don't know the team well enough to know what the
Yeah,
best
この一本が正念場ですね。
I feel like you. Oh.
ナイスシーン。日向の速攻はまだ危なっかしい。ここは行け。ああ拾われた。でも帰ってくる。チャンスボールだ。くそすまん。あそこでダイレクトだ。やべえ。
Ooh.
叩け朝日。
Oh.
また拾った。また向こうのチャンスボール。それでいい。不格好でも攻撃の形にならなくてもボールをつないでいる限りは負けないんだ。チャンスボール。
Dump.
日向のこの感
She
じ。
has to do it back.
初めて戦った時と同じ。土壇場での圧倒的存在感。ここにいる。ここに持ってこいと呼んでいる。 強いスパイクを打てる方が勝つんじゃないんだ。
Oh.
That's a good effort. Is that the center?
落とした方が負けるんだ。これがつなぐということだ。
I love that it was the lazy setter.
I mean, we talked about their motto at the beginning. Connect. Love how he tied it up there for us. Do I love when the dig goes right over the net? No, it's not ideal for anybody. But what did you think about his statements?
Give me one.
You need a reminder?
Yeah.
Basically that he was saying the team with the strongest spikes doesn't necessarily win. It's the team whose side of the net the ball drops on loses.
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
And like he was kind of being like, that's what it means to connect.
Yeah. I mean, you see it all the time. Like when you watch, you know, really good athletes play or people who are dominant, and you're drawn to that. Like if you were to watch these two teams play, you would be amazed at Karasuno's physicality. You would walk into the gym and be like, man, that guy jumps high, man, that guy swings hard. And you start watching the match, and all of a sudden you look up, and Nakoma is 4 points ahead, and you don't know why, or you don't know how it happened. They don't give you anything. You have to earn all of your points, and it's demoralizing to play against. You're in system, you swing, it comes back over, it swing. You're like, what do I have to do to score against these guys?
And then you start to get reckless.
Yeah, 100%.
You try to hit it harder. You try to, compensate. Sneaky.
It's, you know what?
Those teams are sneaky to play.
It looks to me like Nakoma has maximized what they have on their team. Mm-hmm. Like it looks like a well-coached, we may not have any studs, but you're gonna have to beat us every time you play us. And you can't ask for anything more than a team.
Yeah. That was a perfect way to end it though. Like the dig that goes into the net, the guy fishes it out, and then Kenma lays out and just like hits it into the back. That's a heartbreaking ending for Karasuno, no doubt, but a very hustle play by Nakoma there at the end.
Yeah. I mean, I will say better than I thought it was going to be. Like, I didn't think it would be that close.
I also want to say, and I don't know if this is ruining the mood or anything, but it was 24-22, okay? Karasuno sided out.
Twice.
Daichi hit down the line. And then Nakoma served.
Yeah, I was looking at that and going, did I miss something? Did they skip a point? But then the scores
that should not have happened.
Yeah, okay.
Because
I was wondering if I was crazy.
They were like, oh, now number 3 is in the front row, which means that Asahi just went to the front row, which means that Karasuno should have been serving.
Yeah.
Okay, you noticed that too?
Yeah. I didn't want to be that guy.
Well, I was that guy.
No, I was definitely wondering the same thing.
Okay.
うちにしてはミスも少なかったし、強力な武器はきっちり機能してた。でも勝てなかった。あれが個人じゃなくチームとして鍛えられたチームなんだろうな。乾杯だ。
もう一回。もう一回。やろう。
そのつもりだ。もう一回があり得るのが練習試合だからな。
ナイスコース。
ナイス一本。
all day.
こりゃ文句なしの乾杯だな。
さすがにみんな。
I played so many sets.
もう一回。
お前めちゃくちゃ動いてるだろう。体力底なしか。
ほらダメだ。新幹線の時間があるんだ。
集合。俺とあいつんとこのじいさんとは古い付き合いでな。お互いのチームでよく練習試合をしたもんだ。いつもなかなかいい勝負だったよ。だが引退？夜とひなみにはかなわねえ。ありな。そうかよ。まあお前がいなくても練習試合の相手には困りはしないけどな。そうそう見つかるもんじゃねえんだよ。いいライバルってのは。その後向井のじじいが復帰してすぐぶっ倒れたって聞いて、もうカラスノの復活はダメかと思ったが、 正直予想以上の実力だった。特に攻撃、9番10番の速攻、止められるやつはそうそう出てこないだろう。レフトの2人のパワーも強力な武器だと思う。あとはいかにつなぐのかだな。はい。チームとして荒削りだし練習不足。でも圧倒的ポテンシャルがある。練習次第で相当強くなれるだろう。本当に嬉しく思ってるぜ。またいいライバルができたってな。次は全国の舞台。たくさんの観客の前であまたの感情を渦巻く場所で、ピカピカキラッキラのでっかい体育館でゴミ捨て場の決戦、最高の勝負やろうや。はい。よーし、じゃあとっとと。
Really interesting that the coaches swap teams for like a debrief, which that took me a second to be like, wait, what?
I felt your energy. I was like, he's so confused right now.
True story. But it was really nice. I'm trying to think of, that would never happen here. Like, it would just not be a thing.
No.
But it goes to, like, he's obviously been coaching a long time. And when you coach for that long, it's the rivals you enjoy. It's those matches that you look forward to. So for him to be excited that they're getting good again, and excited, you know, talking about his friend, his enemy, his competition, like with such endearment.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's why you do it. You look forward to those matches, and I think that's really cool. And I think it was a big compliment, I would imagine, for them for what he said. So.
Oh yeah, he was very positive. He had something positive to say about everything. I got goosebumps during his little speech. And then he's like, I'm so happy we have like
a
rival again. Like, oh.
That's what sport's about.
That was so great.
Yeah.
He only wanted to talk to him when he found out that he was too scared to approach Kyoko. His girl is safe.
But that is like a typical high school boy interaction.
Oh, is it?
No, I'm not saying about the girl, but like...
I'm like, how many of those interactions did you have?
No, but you're butting heads with somebody, then you have an argument or a discussion or whatever that was, and when it's done, you're buddies.
Friends. That happens in boys' sports.
100%.
It does not happen as frequently in girls' sports.
No.
Girls, this is a generalization.
Yeah, fair.
But I will say that girls typically have a very hard time separating what happens on the court from life off the court. For guys, there's usually a clear like wall. What happens here stays here. What happens on this side stays here. And girls like, it's not the same.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's in the Love House.
Yes, Adam, we've been over this.
ヒゲチョコ1年生が怖がってんじゃねえか。こっから見ると親子みたいに見えますね。俺には誘拐犯に見えます。すげえ見られてんすけど。すいません。目合わせないようにしてもらえれば。3番のレシーブすごかったっす。うちのエースのスパイク、あんなにちゃんと拾える人初めて見ました。あんだけ全員のレシーブのレベル高いチームでリベロの座にいる実力、すげえと思いました。俺も負けないっす。失礼します。あ、ほら、そんな一方的に。なんかすみません。やばいっすね。彼だって相当レベルの高いリベロなのに、慢心するどころかひたすら上だけを見てる。怖いっすね。
I love how we saw each one paired off with their doppelganger.
Yeah. There's a lot of mutual respect and like kind of admiration going on, which I find a little surprising.
You want to know what I find surprising?
What?
The fact that you had to ask again if Kuro is in the Love House. Adam, we had a full-blown discussion about this.
I know, it takes me a second with the new teams. It's a fault, I'm aware. I do remember now.
No, you don't.
No, I do. I remember talking about it now.
He's like, I'm terrified, so I'm gonna just say I remember.
No, we talked about the hair, and I said, yeah, I remember. I remember.
Okay. Never forget.
I don't know who's in your Love House.
No. Kuro, never forget.
Okay, why? I mean,
I know who's in his bro house. Daichi, Suga, Tanaka are the current residents.
Yeah.
The ones that we've met that are the current residents of my Love House are Daichi, Suga, Kenma, Kuro. Okay?
Got it.
また先生、今日は遠いところありがとうございました。
いやいや、こちらこそ。人脈のない状態で練習試合を取り付けるのは大変でしょう。何度も電話よこして、しまいには直接会いに行くなんて言い出して。
すいません。
だが熱意には熱意が返ってくる。あんたが不格好でも頑張ってれば生徒はちゃんとついてくる。頑張って。
ありがとうございます。
お前もしっかりやれよ、慶心。3試合やって1セットも取れないとかね。次は絶対ストレート勝ちしてみせますよ。
Oh, the arrogance of you.
Next time.
ないといいけどな。先生、そんなに突っかからないで。こいつがジジイそっくりの顔してるのが悪い。大人げない。
I love that.
コーチやるのは今日の猫魔戦までだって。
あんなこと言われて黙ってないか。でかい舞台で絶対リベンジだ。
He knew exactly what he was doing.
Who? Takeda?
The coach.
Nekomata?
Yeah.
Oh, because I was going to say, remember when Ukai said that he's only going to coach for this, and he was like, I'll get you next time.
Oh, he knew exactly what he was doing.
I don't think he was manipulating him at all, was he?
You get those competitive juices flowing and you look across and you want to be, there's no walking away at that point. He loves that rival. He's like, I beat your grandfather, and I'm gonna mop the floor with you for the next 5 seasons.
I don't know. I think being in that role just really got the fire going for Ukai.
Oh, for sure. He loved it. He was already analyzing and looking at what they did well. He's a coach the way he thinks, for sure. But we'll see.
知らん。あんまみんな。次は負けません。次も。
My hands.
怖いから。次は今日みたいにいかねえかな。そうしてくれないと練習になんない気がね。こっちもか。大人げない。
ゲマ。
翔よ。
この前道で会った時、特別バレエ好きじゃないって言ってたよな。今日は勝ってどう思った？
別に。
次は絶対必死にさせて俺たちが勝って、そんで悔しかったとか楽しかったとか別に以外のこと言わせるからな。
じゃあ期待しとく。
Wow!
Can we talk about the subtle flex?
I don't know if that was a subtle flex. You were like cackling over there, and I was like, I knew exactly what you were thinking. I didn't take it the same way.
I don't think it was intentional, but it's just like I'm kind of used to doing this.
I know that's how you took it.
I get like that he's monotone and he's whatever, but there's still, hey, how you feeling? It's not a big deal that we won.
今日が公式戦だったら1試合目負けたあの瞬間に終わるんだ全部。
知ってる。
よく分かってんじゃねえか。そんでその公式戦インターハイ予選はすぐ目の前だ。さっさと戻るぞ。今日の練習試合の反省と分析、そんで練習だ。
Turns out I was right.
You knew you were right.
I wasn't positive because I don't know like the full match and like schedule.
I can't believe you would train all that time for potentially a one and done.
Adam, think about how much I trained when I played in Asia. I had sometimes 3 practices a day.
Well, that's just crazy. It was absurd. But so they lose and the season's over? Like you have nothing else to do? Yeah. That's it? Can we just think
they
about
that? They go practice for next season.
It's insane.
Well, it makes you want to win pretty bad, doesn't it?
It's insane. Can you think of another? There's not another sport anywhere where you go from preseason to maybe one match. This is
If
crazy.
you give me time to think about it, I would probably think of one, but I don't want to keep the people waiting.
Well, how many episodes do we have left? They can't lose the first match.
We are halfway done season 1.
I mean, the way they do this, it could be one match.
Rivals.
I'm blown away. Is there any chance they play Nakoma in the first round of the...
No, so what it does is you start in your prefecture.
And how many teams are in a prefecture?
A whole bunch. So like...
But how are you ranked? They haven't played any games. How are you ranked?
They're probably not ranked very well.
No, I have so many questions about how it works.
Trust me, these are the people to ask. They literally know everything.
What is the structure of the season? How are they ranked? How do you go? How much time would they have spent training to play?
I hope you all are taking notes.
Like, this is blowing my mind right now.
Okay. So, Karasuno's from Miyagi Prefecture, which is like, let's say
a suburb or a city.
Let's say like your city
Sure.
championship.
Sure.
Nakoma is in the Tokyo prefecture, so they will not meet.
Got it. So that was like a heck of a road trip for...
Yeah, that's why they were saying, hey, we can't keep playing, they have to catch the train back.
Oh, got it.
You play your prefecture,
sure.
And then based on population, the prefecture winners come together to play nationals. Okay, so they're getting ready for a prefectural tournament, the preliminary tournament.
I mean, and all of that makes sense to me. It would just make sense that you would have like 2 matches against every team in your prefecture to have a standing, and then you would play your single elim, and then you would go to nationals, which was just my assumption.
Only the strong survive, baby.
I mean, you could have had 10 seasons of... No. Okay, all right. Well,
Adam's very upset about this. Okay,
I'm just shocked.
Fired up about this. I thought that was a fun episode.
It was.
It was fun to see the similarities between each team. Everybody's got their own little character, which, as we talked about previously, you do see that. There are certain roles that are always filled on a team.
Yeah.
So that was cool. It was really cool to highlight the difference and the importance, especially in volleyball. Like, it's not always the heavy hitters that win. Volleyball is a sport of connection. And that's really all that matters, is keeping the ball off the floor.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I don't know. I thought that was fun.
It was a fun episode. Like, there wasn't a ton of character development or like interactions between the teams, but it was good to see them compete against another school and kind of see that play. It was good. It was a fun episode. I liked it.
I think it really spoke a lot to just like the essence of volleyball.
Yeah, the culture of...
Yeah, and what it means to like be good at the sport, which is often contrary to what people think.
Yeah.
Adam asked a lot of questions. I hope that you guys had your notebooks out when he was asking about...
I generally do this a lot, actually.
Adam's a question master, let me tell you.
So I'm very curious. I want to know what the answers are.
He's a very curious guy. So I hope you had your notebooks out. If not, rewind. Answer all 37 questions he had about the Japanese volleyball structure. And please, you know he's going to read the comments, so don't leave out any details. We would also be very excited if you would like this video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned, because we are just rolling. We are halfway through season 1, everybody.
Crazy.
We have a die-hard Haikyu fan here. So let's keep it coming. Join us next week for episode 14. Bye.